that can't get in during the week, but it's a terrific thing during the fall when the kids get hurt on Friday that you can diagnose them. If they need an MRI, you get it, you communicate back to the coach. I mean, again, the season's only so long. Let's get these kids back on the field healthy and safe to play.
Let's go back down to the phone banks to see George has peeled yet another doctor away from answering phones.
Yeah, we have Dr. Moab Foad with us here, and specialists in hand injuries and things of the sort like that. Wrist and hand injuries in fall sports. What do you see mostly?
We see all kinds of injuries at this time of year. Wrist fractures, lots of finger fractures, finger sprains, ligament tears, a whole gamut of injuries, especially in the football arena.
And football arena, I mean, what do you see with, are there different injuries for different positions, or do you just see a lot of broken fingers and wrists?
I see a lot of finger injuries. Some are minor, small little sprains, things that can recover on their own in a relatively short period of time. And then there's some injuries that really need to be addressed in a timely fashion. And what I would recommend to people is if you have an injury, if the finger is swollen, painful, if it's not getting better in a relatively short period of time, you should have it evaluated more thoroughly. Dr.
Foad, I'll let you get back to the phones. You're right, though. Dr. Krimchek stole your look.
You stole my look. That's right.
The only difference is Dr. Krimchek has a little more pepper in that goatee. All right, 241-8315. If you want to get on board, give us a call. The docs are waiting for your calls. And waiting upstairs, Ken and Dr. Krimchek.
Guys are styling down there, goatees and everything. Unbelievable. We're going to talk some Reds, too, when we come back. Edinson Boquez, his elbow was operated on by Dr. Krimchek. We'll talk a little bit more about that and your phone calls as well as Call the Docs continues in just a moment.
We're back with more Call the Docs with Beacon Orthopaedics and Sports Medicine. Not only can you call us at 241-8315, area code 513, you can log online and chat with Dr. Matt Daggy. He's getting pretty busy here on the chat room we have. And if you want to get involved, send a question to Dr. Daggy. He'll try to answer it. Just log on to WLWT.com and you'll see our chat there on the front page, and you can join the live chat with Dr. Matt Daggy of Beacon Orthopaedics and Sports Medicine, or you can try to call in. We have 6 docs manning the phone banks at 513-241-8315. So you got the phones, you got the chat room going on, and he might even be tweeting down here as well. Let's go back upstairs to Dr. Krimchek and Kim Brew.
Yeah, Dr. Daggy ran track at UC. He was a track star at UC.
Yes, he did. He's quite the athlete, and now he's involved taking care of the athletes at UC and the track team.
It's terrific, terrific. All right, let's turn our attention to the first place Cincinnati Reds And you serve as their medical director. I think everybody knows, and it's been you've been there for a long, long time. Let's get into Volquez here, because you repaired Edinson Volquez's arm. He came back within 11 months. I think that's just, it's amazing. I mean, that's got to be the quickest comeback of any player from Tommy John surgery.
It's pretty fast. It's the fastest that I've seen in years, and a lot of that has to do with his determination, his rehab, the therapists we have, the Troy Merkel and Christy Shookman and John Walker. They spent an awful lot of time with him. He spent time with us after the season. He spent 3 months here in Cincinnati. He really wanted to get it right, and again, it's tough to come back, but he's throwing the ball in the mid to high 90s. He's trying to find a plate. That's one of the harder things to always do, but I think he's going to be a tremendous addition for the next 6 weeks for the Reds going to the playoffs, and hopefully a big force in that starting rotation during the playoffs.
Could be 3.5 up after tonight. Let's hope
so.
They get the sweep. Let's go back to George. He's standing by with yet another of the fine doctors from Beacon Sports and Orthopaedics.
Yeah, we have Dr. Robert Rolfe with us here, and deals with a lot of shoulder injuries and things of that nature. What do you see out of baby boomers? Because guys like me are getting to that age where things start breaking down.
Well, I think baby boomers want to be more active than they ever have before. So we're seeing people that have arthritis that want to be active, and I'm doing a lot of shoulder replacements for those patients. People with rotator cuffs still want to be active. We have one of the largest areas of handball players in the country in Cincinnati, and they're notorious for tearing the rotator cuff, and we want to help them get back to playing on the court. So baby boomers want to be active, and we tend to see more shoulder injuries because of it.
It sounds like if somebody is my age and they have that issue, though, there is a lot of hope.
There's a lot of hope. Not everyone needs surgery. There's a lot of people that get better with physical therapy, and when that doesn't work, we then have some great surgical techniques to help them get back to playing.
Dr. Rolfe, I'll let you get back to the phones. They're busy. They're ringing. 513-241-8315. If you want to get on board, let's go back upstairs to Ken and Dr. K.
Dr. Rolfe, another one of those fine Notre Dame alums. Yes, he is. All right, we're going to talk about our peak performers, yet another new thing this year on the Blitz, when Call the Docs rolls on here in just a second.
Welcome back to Call the Docs. We have a room full of doctors from Beacon Orthopaedics and Sports Medicine, and we have Dr. Halim Chaudhry is going to join us now and talk about hip replacement. And boy, that sounds like that's come a long way in a short period of time. Tell me about it.
Well, it has come a long way, and we're still making great strides in hip replacement.
And you do a lot of that up at Beacon, and what are you seeing, and how old are the folks? I mean, you can replace these up to people in their 80s and maybe even 90s.
Old folks and also younger folks. I'm doing a new type of hip replacement that's minimally invasive. Anterior approach hip replacement, and it's really great. I'm excited about it.
When you say minimally invasive, we're talking what I hear is pretty much how you do shoulders and elbows and things like that, arthroscopic, right? You just go through a little hole, or is it that minimally invasive?
Well, there's still an incision, but you don't have to cut any muscle anymore when you do a hip replacement. And there's no precautions after the surgery that you used to worry about just a few years ago.
So it sounds like it has come a long way. Dr. Chaudhry, thanks for your time. Let you get back to the phones. 241-8315 if you want to get on board. 513-241-8315. A fleet of doctors from Beacon Orthopaedics willing to take your calls and discuss what ails you. Now let's go back upstairs to Ken and Dr. Kremchek, guys.
Thank you, George. You know, what we've done the last few years is pay tribute to what we call our peak performer from tri-state games on a given week. And not just football, it could be any sport. And what we do is we like to get you involved in the voting process so we could help honor a specific athlete for something, a job well done. And this year, Tim, you're going to be able to join us, and we actually have, that's what this trophy is all about right here, because each week we're going to honor one of our peak performers.
You know, one of the gratifying things about doing what we do is seeing all these young kids that are not only great athletes or good students, they do things in a community with community service, and it makes you feel good about what we do. And we thought it was real important that we got involved with this, and we honored some of these kids. I mean, there's many more out there that will be honored weekly, but we're going to look for them, we're going to find them, and it's something we're very proud to be part of.
Yeah, the nominees will be up on WLWT.com. It's real easy. You can go to our website, and there you'll be able to vote. The voting runs from Friday night through Monday, and then we announce the winner Tuesday night on News 5. And the winner gets a nice little gift here, a nice little trophy that lets everybody know that he or she did something really, really special. So look for that beginning next week right here on News 5. Okay, now the walk-in clinics, we mentioned them earlier, but I want to make sure we get this graphic up. Here are the locations for Beacon Sports and Orthopedic Medicine. These are just the locations, and you can see it's Summit Wood, Westchester, Batesville, and Beacon West. I remember when you guys were like in one place, and it was, you know, half of one place. It's amazing how this thing has just blossomed over the last 10 years. And the Saturday morning clinics at Summit Woods and at Beacon West. Summit Woods on East Business Way in Sharonville, and Beacon West on Harrison Avenue. And again, for more information, you can go to the website for Beacon Sports and Orthopedic Medicine, beaconortho.com. It's amazing. It's just amazing how this whole thing has blossomed.
It is. We're very proud of it. We've got nice young doctors, well-trained, people from the Cincinnati area that want to take care of the people here in the tri-state. We continue to try to stay ahead of the curve with the D1 program. The other things that we've added in physical therapy, MRI, and our surgical centers. Our Saturday morning clinics are very, very busy. We want to keep our kids safe and on the field, and we recognize it's sometimes very difficult for parents to get kids in during the week.
You see the doctors down there, they're on the phone. We're out of time, though. It's always good having you in here, Coach.
Go Reds.
Yes, sir.